right, so we're going to talk about arm positions in the front headlock. So basically speaking, we've got this, in front of the shoulder position and behind the shoulder position. And so we can mix these a lot of different ways, right? So standard front headlock, a lot of times I'm going to have one arm in front of the shoulder, one arm behind the shoulder. I can also move to both arms in front, and I can also move to both arms behind. So in a very literal sense, where the arm is kind of blocks motion in that direction. So it makes it very easy to predict where my opponent's going. So in one sense, if you look at, my standard guillotine is both arms in front. So it's very easy for Anthony to move away from that, right? So if Anthony grabs standard guillotine on me, it's very easy for me to butt up and just walk away, right? And that's just one option to defend in the front headlock. By the same token, in this double over position, it's very hard to leave, right? I'm blocking both shoulders. So if Anthony tries to back out, I've kind of got him held in very tight. So this chest wrap that you'll see wrestlers use is very key for stopping them from going backwards. But if Anthony chest wraps me, it makes it a lot easier for me to attack legs and very easy to sit out, right? And then that mixed grip obviously offers half of the benefit in both directions. So being very clear of okay, we can work chest wrap, we can have arms in, and we can have headlock. Now, the next thing that becomes really important is the depth of our arms. So when I'm on front headlock, if I'm reaching like I'm going for an anaconda choke or like I'm going for a gator roll, and I reach this head side arm super deep, now I give Anthony a lot of options to counter. So if my opponent reaches super deep, boom, now it's very easy for me to connect, sucker drag, and come out. On the flip side, if I stay chin cup right on the chin, shoulder right on the back of the neck, now as they try to sucker drag me and reach deep and find my arm, I've got a lot of ability just with one arm to fight that off. Same token on this arm. If I reach super deep, I'm going to get myself in a little bit of trouble. Anthony reaches super deep. Boom. That sit out is right there. So instead, I'm going to shallow out in this front headlock. So my standard wrestling position in that over-under, my elbows drop, chin cup, shoulder, and hook the tricep. Boom, boom. And now I'm on my toes, and now I'm moving around. Now Anthony tries to back away, I'm holding him. He tries to drive forward, I'm driving down. He tries to spin either side, I keep his head underneath my belly button. I spin with him. That shallow position is great. And when we're teaching submissions for ease of demonstration, for ease of practice, we might teach a lot to hit a guillotine from from front and then jump to guard or whatever. But in practice, you're not going to hit a lot of submissions from this position. In practice, I'm going to use this position to control and fatigue my opponent. I'm going to generally look to put them on a hip, and normally I'm going to have to spin to the back to do that. So normally I'm here, where I'm going to look to go to get my front headlock offense is to spin, put him on a hip. Once he's on a hip, then it's very easy to transition into my guillotines. So from that front headlock, we got to understand. I'm going to show one more example just to kind of give you an idea of what I'm talking about. If I have Anthony's back, so we said there's that in front of the shoulder position, behind the shoulder position. But from the back, the orientation changes it over and under. When I go both arms over, it's very easy for my opponent to slide down between my legs and escape that way. When I go both under, that slide down is no longer an option, but they're going to be able to go high and escape out the top. When I go over under, I get half the benefit in each direction, right? And you can see there's a more natural escape high point this way. There's a more natural escape low point this way where I don't have the block in place. So that same over-under concept, double under, double over on the back, is going to show up again in the front headlock. Boom. Both arms are blocking any forward motion. Both arms are blocking backward motion. One's forward, one's back. Depth can get me in trouble, so shallow keeps me safe. Be shallow, be on your toes, keep their head underneath your body, and good things are going to happen. We're going to dominate this position. We're going to win this position with good fundamental wrestling, We're going to put our opponent on a hip, and then we're going to submit him from there.